to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be discussing a very important topic, and with me to do this, I have a very wonderful person. She is an educator, a consultant, an educator, an administrator in education. She's so passionate, well traveled. She's no other than drums roll, Ure Hills. So
Hi,
please so say hi to our audience. Okay.
good to be here. Love you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about how to identify a good school for your children. So one of the journeys in parenting is the point where you get to, you need to find the school for your child. And that's one of the core areas of parenting, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So the next time we do this, we'll have to take a lot of questions from our audience, but let's just go straight into this. So how do you identify the right school for your child? Okay, to begin, I want to talk about what a good school is. What are those things that make a school the right school? Okay, depending on the level of your child, I- um, if your child, I don't know if your child is in nursery school, primary school, or secondary school, but we would talk about this today as if your child is just beginning. So because we believe that
The early
yes, younger parents have more needs because as you go, as you progress in your
to
journey
identify those
through parenting, yes, you can actually learn from experiences. So let's say we're all young, fresh, new parents, and wow, how do I know a good school if I'm looking for one for my child?
Okay. First of all, I think you can know a good school from a friend.
Okay.
Like, of course, a parent who has not been into searching for a good school and looking for a school for her child or ward. I think they can identify a good school first
Okay.
from the parents who is the first customer to
Okay.
the school, and who will advertise that school.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
for her children.
Yeah.
So they can identify a good school. Oh yeah, my child's doing great. Oh, she started from 1 year, 6 months, she started from 2 years, she started from crèche, she started from playgroup, and you're so excited. How did she go? So I think that's way
Wow.
identifying a good school ordinarily is you're getting into a salon and you're making your hair and a discussion just pops up.
Exactly.
And that's a win.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't want to say okay, you identify a good school by going search, going through the internet. That's it's just a major way of identifying a good school. And then when you get that first marketing from this other parents, you go do your research and
And all that. Wow. That's very interesting. I feel like this is one of the major ways because in parenting, we love to talk to parents so much about mentorship.
yeah.
And mentorship is just about you going on other people's wings instead of starting your journey all afresh.
Yeah.
You just draw from the wealth of experiences that your predecessors have. Do you understand? So in parenting, there's a lot to learn from other people, especially the older ones, and especially the older ones who have gotten it right or has learned something along the way and all of that. So that's number one thing you must consider when you're looking for a good school for your children. Of course, you should keep good friends who exactly know what they want for their children as pertaining their education. So you should talk to them. They will be able to, just like coming into a restaurant and you want to eat. It's easier to say, wow, like maybe my friend just made a new hair, very beautiful, and I'm like, wow, your hair is good. Who made it? And she just takes me straight to that same person
so simple.
that made that
So
hair.
simple.
And of course, I know what to expect rather than just coming and saying, and see what I have, can you make this hair? And she wouldn't. you wouldn't know. That could be her first time ever. And she was like, okay, okay, yes, I can. Instead of saying I may be able to, and then the mistake is made on your hair. So you don't want that for your children. So one of the ways to identify a good school for your child is asking around, like talking to friends who's being there. Okay, now I'm going to tell you um, other. I'm going to say one more then before you put in. Now another way to identify a good school is finding out what the school stands for. Every school like a family has their culture, they have their vision, they have their mission, they have their code of ethics. Every school, every single school, yeah, has does have, yeah. So when you come into a school, instead of being carried away by the environment, sometimes, okay, permit me to say that some parents do not know what they want for their children. So when parents embark on school search, most of them are carried away by the structures. Exactly. They're looking out for, wow, they have beautiful colors, the structures are really big or is big. Then I see a swing, I see a pool, I see this, and I see that. All of these things are important. We're not trying to rule them out, but we're coming. So, but these are not the first things you're looking for. Exactly. So you should talk to the admin person or the front desk person. You can observe the culture of a place when you get in. You may get the opportunity to meet with one or two pupils. Did they greet? How what was their appearance like? What's the culture of the school? What do they uphold? Like every family, there are families you come to, their belief system, because your child is joining a bigger community or a bigger family. Yeah. So your child is definitely going to take on their value system, take on their belief, the things they highly esteem, the things they demean is going to form a major part of your child's ethical and whatever. So these are the things to look out for. For example, if you're a Christian, just like I am, you are, I'll be looking out for a school that has a Christian, exactly, undertone, a school that has a Christian undertone. For example, I'm a Christian. I don't think I'll be comfortable sending my child to a school where other kind of religions are possibly practice. Yes, practiced, exactly. So now these are the things that we really do not talk about when we think the school is an environment without any form of culture. That's not true. Every school has a culture, and they have something their belief is in. It's either is a faith-based, a Christian school, or an Islamic school, or a Buddha school, or an atheist school. So there is no school that is just there. So now this is one of the things to look out for. Other things are when you look at the school's general culture and everything, there are schools where if their culture is not okay, they prefer, they have preference for some certain kids than other children. So these are things you're looking out for. What are their staff like? What have they giving to their staff? What set of skills? What belief? What things are they put? What are those values they put in their staff? What works in this environment? Have they been able to make their staff understand that every child is important? Do they have love for the children? What comes first? Is it a business environment first, or a child-centered environment? So when you're looking for a school for your child, you should look out for if it's a school first before a business. So you're looking out for a school where they have a very good value system, where your children will be taught to greet, where your children will be taught the value of hard work. Hard work. Why am I so focused on the value or the culture of the school you're sending your child? Because these are the things that will even help your child, that would sustain the learning, because the values your child is coming out with. If your child is coming to an environment where they value cooperation, teamwork, hard work, they have a high sense of responsibility, your child will tackle his or her studies with all of those values. So the value, because I'll say this over and over again, a man can be summarized as the value system that will govern his or her life. Because everything you are, everything you do or cannot do is determined by your value system. So you're looking out for the culture of the environment. I have this parent that spoke to me someday and said, if not for anything, I would like my kids to be here because of the values. I am very interested in morals. That was a very big plus for me because it's not just like it's a parent that they, of course, they are very, very interested in their children's academics because I see the way they follow up